What's up, YouTube? This is 2 Raw 4 TV. Okay, so this video is especially aimed at those Floridians who are subscribed to me. Brother Tampa, in particular, you guys need to prepare now. This isn't fair. It was just, a week and a half ago that you guys got struck by Helene. This isn't fair. But you guys are under the gun again, and this storm looks like it could be even worse. Hurricane Milton has formed in the Gulf of Mexico, which is very unusual, especially this time of the year. But Milton has rapidly strengthened to a Category 4 as Florida prepares for a second hurricane in 2 weeks. Life-threatening storm surges are expected to hit Florida's Gulf Coast this week with the arrival of Hurricane Milton, which was upgraded early Monday into a Category 4 hurricane over the southern Gulf of Mexico. The storm strengthened into a Category 3 hurricane with winds with maximum sustained winds of 120 miles per hour by 7 a.m. And then it has rapidly intensified to a Category 4 monster storm with estimated maximum sustained winds of 150 miles per hour. Matter of fact, 3,000 miles above the surface, the winds are at 165 miles per hour, which is Category 5. But at the ground level, 150 miles per hour at the core of the storm. That is just, I think, 7 miles away from being a Category 5 storm. The storm is forecast to make landfall Wednesday evening in Florida, which, along with the wider southeast United States, continue to recover from the impacts of Hurricane Helene. Widespread evacuation orders are likely across Florida. As many as 15 million people are under flood watches across the Florida peninsula, and 11 million are at risk for tropical tornadoes starting tomorrow and Wednesday. Milton has already gone through multiple rounds of rapid intensification, including a 65 mile per hour increase in just 24 hours. On Sunday at 8 a.m., it was a 60 mile per hour tropical storm. On the current track, Milton is forecast to reach peak intensity Tuesday morning. However, it is forecast to weaken as it approaches landfall, which could be late Wednesday between 6 p.m. and midnight as a strong Category 3, which is still a storm probably around 125, 130 miles per hour. But that's the forecast. We don't know. It wasn't forecast to be this strong this early, so we don't know, man. The greatest risk for Milton will be storm surge. While it's not clear yet exactly where the center of the hurricane will make landfall, the worst surge will be just south of the center, and places could see 8 to 12 foot storm surges. And the Hurricane Center has issued a storm surge warning early Monday for Florida's Gulf Coast, from Flamingo on the southern tip to the mouth of the Suwannee River, including Tampa Bay. A hurricane watch is in place along the same coastline from Chokoloskee, near Everglades City, to the Suwannee River, which is where a tropical storm watch is in place further west to Indian Pass. A storm surge watch means there is a possibility of life-threatening inundation from rising water moving inland from the coastline. Milton will also dump more rain, including up to 15 inches along portions of the Florida Peninsula and Keys through Wednesday night, making flash flooding likely. And there are already still people who are trying to recover from Helene. And I'm assuming there's still people who don't have power. And since a lot of our information comes from the internet or social media, there might be people who aren't. Basically, what I'm saying is still maybe people, there's still areas where there's a breakdown in communication. So there might be people who don't even know that another storm is coming. Also, I think I made a mistake on my last video where I didn't emphasize how dangerous Helene was going to be, because I didn't want to come on here being, it's like I'm clout chasing for views or sensationalizing. But that was a mistake. That's why in this particular video, I'm being more aggressive and just telling people, man, just watch the weather. Do what the local authorities are telling you. Don't try to ride this out. This ain't a Category 1. This ain't a tropical storm. This is a life-threatening situation. If I'm not mistaken, I think the United States has only been hit 4 times by a Category 5 storm. The Florida, at least in recorded history, the Florida Keys hurricane in 1935, which is the most intense hurricane ever to hit the United States, with maximum sustained winds of at least 185 miles per hour. Some sources say that the winds were as high as 200 miles per hour, with gusts up to 250. Remember, they were finding people in trees with their bones exposed because the winds, including the sand, actually was blowing so hard it stripped them of their skin. The epidermis was stripped from their bodies. Then you had Camille in 1969, which had maximum sustained winds between 175 and 190 miles per hour. That storm absolutely just destroyed Louisiana and Mississippi and caused so much flooding, historic flooding, with its remnants in the Appalachian area of Virginia and northern Carolinas. Then, of course, Hurricane Andrew struck Florida, came from the hit the eastern side and went through Florida, I think it was Central Florida, in August of 1992, in what was otherwise a very quiet hurricane season. And then Hurricane Michael, I think that was 2009. I think it was either 2019 or 2018. It was categorized as a Category 4. They reclassified it as a Hurricane Category 5 when they did reanalysis of the damage and wind damage. So I don't know what category this is going to be when it strikes, but it's going to be a dangerous damn storm. And I just want to, I'm saying, like, pretty much, if you're in the Bullseye area, get the fuck out. Get out. At least go to a part of the state where the damage isn't going to be as bad. Don't wait till the last minute. Don't wait till the last minute. Get the hell out. So, hate that you guys got to go through this again in Florida, man, but just want to put a warning out there, man. Tell me what you guys think.